Torah. This year is entitled In Memory of Genia Brill-Must, Talachot of Purim and Avelut. So the families, husband, children, mother, siblings of Genia Brill-Must are sitting Shiva during the week of Purim. And the question arises, what are the halachot? On the one hand, they're sitting Shiva, saddest time, one's life. On the other hand, we have Purim, the happiest day of the year. How do the two intersect? So it's not a simple question, and there's not one simple answer. So let's first start off in the Shulchan Aruch. He talks about this in two places. In Or Chaim, the laws of Purim, and in Yoredeya, the laws of Avelut. In Or Chaim, Tov Reish Tzadi Vav, he writes, in Avel has full Avelut on Purim. That's it. In Yoredeya, he writes that he has limited Avelut on Purim. Contradicts himself, and the commentaries try to make sense of the whole thing. And the Ramah concludes that he has limited Avelut on Purim. So does that mean that Purim pushes off Avelut? It's not. What exactly is it? What's the status? So let's first take a step back. What's the halacha when it comes to Avelut and the Yamim Tovim? So the Yamim Tovim are Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Shmini Atzeret, Pesach, Shavuot. Those are all the Yamim Tovim. And when they intersect with Avelut, they uproot it, stop it in its tracks. If one is in Shiva and he encounters any of the Yamim Tovim, there was an opinion in the Gemara, maybe only Pesach, Sukkot, Shavuot, not Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. Those are days of awe. But the conclusion is, the psak is that no, even Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, as well as the Yamim Tovim, they uproot Avelut. If the person in the middle of Shiva, and then he encounters any of the Yom Tovim, Shiva's over. Person in the middle of Shloshim and encounters any of the Yom Tovim, then Shloshim is over. Yud Bet Chodesh is not knocked out. Obviously, if the 12 month of mourning was knocked out when there's Yom Tov, there would be no such thing as 12 months of mourning. So Chazal fashioned Yud Bet Chodesh, the 12 months of mourning, in a way that coexists with the Yom Tovim. So we know that the relation between Avelut and Yom Tovim is oil and water. They do not coexist. Fine. We know that Shabbat, on the other hand, does coexist. Shabbos is one of the 7 days. Obviously, we would not have Shiva if Shabbos wasn't one of the days. So we have a consecutive week of Shiva, with Shabbos being one of them. But do we have regular Shiva on Shabbat? No. The answer is that we have Avelut B'Tzin'ah, privately observed, but not Avelut B'Farhesya, publicly observed. So what does that mean? What private Avelut is there? Tashmish Shavita, marital relations. That is not allowed on Shabbat during Shiva. V'chitza Shaltom, to wash himself. Oh, I feel so good. No. Put oil on oneself just to feel good. Sicha, that's asor as well. Learning Torah on Shabbat is prohibited. Getting an aliyah. Person should get an aliyah on that day because that's learning. Aliyah is learning Torah. So those are private expressions of Avelut that one cannot do. But public, does a person walk around with a ripped shirt? Does a person sit down on the floor on Shabbat? No. People come in the house, people see him. That is Avelut Farhesya. And the person walks with shoes and not with socks. That's Avelut Farhesya. Public Avelut, we do not have. That is Shabbat. So we have all the Yom Tovim clear, and we have Shabbat clear. Where does Purim fit in? So now we can understand the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah. The Shulchan Aruch in Or Chaim says, nope. Purim is not like the Yom Tovim, does not uproot the Avelut. It is not like Shabbat, where there's some limited Avelut. It is off the radar, meaning Avelut continues for the week, unobstructed at all. But the Shiva, the Avel has to hear Megillah, fine. Someone should come in and read Megillah for them, but that's it. Everything else is as is, continues. Purim is a beautiful, happy day for Klal Yisrael, but it's from the Rabbanan, and that's it. But the Ramah says, not true. We do not keep regular Avelut on Purim. And the only thing we keep is Dvarim Shebit Sin'ah, private Avelut, which means it's similar to Shabbos Kodesh. So what we have is 3 different levels of intersection between the Yom Tovim, special days, and Shiva. The Yom Tovim themselves uproot, they do not coexist with Shiva, they knock out Shiva. Shabbos coexists in a limited way, the Avelut is limited. According to the Ramah, Purim is the same as Shabbat. And according to Shulchan Aruch, the first opinion, in Orach Chaim, Shabbos, Purim is a different level than the other Yom Tovim. It just does not have any expression at all. A person's in Avel, and there's nothing that's knocked out from his Avel. He has to hear Kriyas Megillah, but that's it. Celebrations, parties, no. He isn't Shiva now. The Ashkenazim certainly hold by the Ramah, and we have a limited form of Shiva. The details, Sudan, music, Mitzvah Hashem will continue in the next year. Shalom.